it is not every nurse and doctor, not by far. It isn't. American Nurses Association at one time was nothing more than an alumni. Most of these organizations they're not in bed with, or they're not part of the government, but they're in bed with the government. What they've done over time, American Nurses Association, is demoralize nurses, all while they tell them that they have their back. That's what they've done. If American Nurses Association truly, and this goes for all those professional associations, if American Nurses Association truly had nurses' backs, they wouldn't have blocked me. They blocked me because they knew that I was speaking the truth. And the fact of the matter is, I know personally, because I'm a nurse, by the way, I know for a fact that if you stand up and do the right thing, especially if it's, something big, you will be targeted. Nurses know that. They may not want to admit it, but they know it's true. There was a time when we had hospitals that each hospital was independent based on their community needs. Doctors were allowed to think for themselves. They didn't have to just do whatever the CDC said. Nurses thought for themselves. I mean, we used to have something called nurse judgment. That's all been thrown out the window, all because of American Nurses Association and the nursing unions. And for those that think that those nursing unions have your back, that is the biggest bunch of garbage ever. Deborah Berger and Bonnie Costello, who head up National Nurses United, which is a union, their biggest is in California. They supported open borders. No nurse, and I'd argue with any nurse that wanted to debate me on it, no nurse should ever support open borders because it leads to more trafficking victims. Because there's no guards, there's no rail to make sure who somebody is with. Nobody should support open borders. But they all did. And part of how they've pulled nurses into thinking that these organizations have your back is they brought in Magnet of Nursing like 2 decades ago. Stupidest thing ever. Okay, now you'll get nurses that say, no, we're a Magnet organization. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, so you helped give your CEO more money. Woohoo. They say that it's all about evidence-based. No, it's not. It's about it's about conditioning nurses to accept socialism. That's what it's about. Because that is the way Marxists work. They work over time. They implement things slowly so that you don't catch on to it. And now we're at a place where there is no nurse independence. There is no, nursing judgment, which is something that nurses used to have. I mean, we are educated, but the higher educated would tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but I was able to put all this together. Yeah, so there's something to be said for not being higher educated, as I say. But I am a registered nurse. I know what is expected as a nurse. But now they've taken nursing, because of the very people that are telling nurses they have their backs. They have taken nursing into a horrible place. I mean, they literally, what Marxists like to do is demoralize people. Because and that's what's happened to nurses. When they demoralize you, it weakens you really, because you just get to this place where you're like numb. That's what I would say is wrong with many of the doctors and nurses, is not all, but many, is they first of all, it's too enormous for them to see the truth. It's too scary even. So many people will actively stay in denial rather than see the truth of what I'm saying. Okay, so there's that problem. There's the other problem where they've demoralized the profession. American Nurses Association has, and the unions, because all their goal has been is to push universal health care, open borders, everything that has hurt this country. And they used Magnet of Nursing to help condition nurses into, we should be about socialism and about doing that, and socialism is all about the collective. That's the reason they love using this collective word all the time. Yeah, America is not about being a collective. We're about independently being united. each person being able to decide for themselves. But a magnet of nursing was brought in, and that's actually implemented in other parts of the world, believe it or not, in nursing. It was brought in to condition employees, to condition nurses to start to accept socialism. They didn't know it, but that's what it was designed for. Because I never understood magnet of nursing, because when they would come in, it was like, what are you people really doing? Because when I stand up and do the right thing, you're the very organization that doesn't have my back. So how can you say you stand with nurses? So many nurses that do see it, and I don't think there's many that see it, they figure that it's a lost cause. It's too big. That side's going to win. So what's the point? And so they want to protect their paycheck. They have families too. I mean, there is something to be said for that. The problem with that attitude is that they don't realize what the ramifications will be on the other side. The people that think that you will just comply yourself through this and you'll just learn to live with the system have no idea what that system is all about, okay, right? I mean, people that are awake, you know what it's all about. I mean, everybody will be thinking, I should have been speaking up. I should have been risking it all, because it's too crazy to not. But most are too afraid of it, so they'll stay in denial. Most still think that Bernie is the answer to healthcare. No, Bernie has been the one that has helped destroy healthcare, along with Obamacare. All of these things are just little things that have ruined healthcare, the mergers. And those CEOs, these hospital CEOs that have brought cameras in to where a camera is on you every minute of the day, this demoralizes nurses. And that weakens you. So then that works for the Marxists, because they don't want strong people standing up. They want you demoralized. They want to have a camera on you every minute of the day so that they can make sure that anytime they want to go after you for something, they can say, well, look, on this day you weren't working as hard as you should. It's all totalitarianism. And the people that have helped bring that totalitarian state in is the nursing unions and the professional associations of every professional association. That's the reason why the Psychiatric Association goes along with the craziest stuff like transgenderism on youth. That's the reason. It's because it's activists at the top. And people have this idea, oh, activists are a good thing. No, these aren't activists like people. These are activists that are revolutionists that want to overthrow America. So it is on a big scale, but it is not so big that every nurse and doctor is involved in it. Most just can't see it because they have been so brainwashed and conditioned by their professional organizations. I mean, what are they going to listen to me? They've been trained to believe that all the people that have all the letters after their name are the people that know best. Yet I'm the one that knows better than all of them. I know best that it's universal health care, one-payer system is not a good idea. It is just another way to control people, because when they can control your health care and they control your education and they control your government, then they control you. And that means they can do whatever the hell they want. So the problem with the nurses and doctors at the bedside is they don't even know anything is wrong, first of all. And those that do aren't quite sure what it is. Many do know that American Nurses Association has been no good, but many others don't know. But all of these associations who aren't part of the government but really are, those are all the things that need to be taken down. And they're going to fight like hell to stay relevant. Look, if American Nurses Association was truly about having nurses' backs, then all the times that I've stood up and have spoke up and have done the right thing, then they would have had my back. They never have. Because there's just some nurses, unfortunately, mostly with the 25 letters after their name, that believe that socialism is what America should be about. Well, they're going to lose, and they should all be investigated.